Gone Cinematic, how to document your boring, mundane life and make it shareable here on YouTube. Fact of the matter is, this can be absolutely magical when you apply a number of techniques together and then you publish a video based on those tips, tactics, and again, techniques. This is the idea that I truly wanted to put to the test. I've always appreciated cinematic vlogging, so I gave it a go in my house, spur of the moment, no plan, but I did pay attention to the techniques, and I made guacamole. And yet I don't have to tell you that I'm making guacamole. I think a lot of viewers will jump to that conclusion. They see the avocados and the limes and this tomato with these beautiful water droplets on it. And that's what I love about film and photography, is you can capture things you miss, and yet afterwards you've got it. You've got something you've made, and it's so rewarding. So the first thing that I like to think about when really documenting is you're gonna do one thing no matter how mundane, and if you apply these techniques to the one thing you're doing, like me making guacamole, it's gonna look fantastic. First off, this video wasn't shot with any professional lighting. I just used the window light, the natural light that comes from over here, and right behind me is my kitchen. So I shot in this general direction, right? The light's coming in this direction. I'm kind of back in the corner, right over here, and that's where I was at, and it looked fantastic. Now, one of the things you do want to be aware of is if you are using a phone, make sure you do have enough light. Film somewhere where you are near a window so it looks pleasing. But at the same time, some of this footage is a bit grainy, and I think that's okay. I still think it looks beautiful. It's much more about the clips, the story, and the entire package. When you shoot a bunch of different clips in the way we're going to talk about, and then you edit it together, it looks great. So the first rule is to show, don't tell. And you want to take viewers from the beginning to the end. I'm making guacamole. And you want to film every step of the way multiple times. This was one of the things I really appreciated as I reviewed the footage, because fact of the matter, we didn't have any plan at all. Me and my fiance, spur of the moment, hey babe, do you mind shooting some video? She picked up the camera. We were done an hour later. It was fun, and I think you'll really enjoy it too. You don't have to publish anything, but the more you do this, I think the better you get. So the first thing is, like, you see me with the avocados, and you see that process from different angles. There's a medium shot or an establishing shot, and then there's a close-up. If you're outdoors, this is another basic technique you'll hear about again and again. Shoot different angles, establishing shot. I don't have to tell you I'm at a church, you can see that. Then you see me doing a talking head segment where it's more close-up and personal, and these different types of shots brings the viewer in, and I don't have to tell you exactly what's happening. You can see it on camera. And you can see me doing this throughout this video about 2 or 3 times. First, with the avocados, I'm going through and I'm taking out the core, scooping out the avocados. You see a wide shot, a close-up. You see it again with the limes and the lime juice, a straight-on angle, and then a slightly overhead angle of the lime juice. It's literally just readjusting your camera, shooting from a different angle, and so on. Now, that being said, I want to mention 2 things. Number one, you want to have a tripod, especially if you're on your own. Fact is, you need a tripod if you're a YouTuber and you want to grow, because you need these different angles and you need to set them up fast. And if you don't have a tripod, you're going to spend more time. It's boring. A tripod is your best friend. Furthermore, once you have these static shots, there's no movement. You can add movement in post to give it more character. You can add a handheld effect. You can then add a Ken Burns where you pan in, zoom in and out, and then you can stabilize the shots to create kind of this beautiful looking handheld footage, and you're doing it alone, and that's a cool thing. Now, another thing that we did was to shoot clips that were between 20 and 30 seconds again and again and again. But I would take the very best 2 to 4 seconds almost all of the time, except for a few longer shots that just looked naturally pleasing, and they made the cut. That's the thing. By really creating a bunch of different shots, I can cut and select the best, and the rest, they don't make the cut and they're in the bin. And I really love this particular shot here, which I cropped in and I added stabilization, a little bit of Ken Burns, but I love the fact that, you know, you're slowly panning over these vegetables. You see the cilantro, the tomato, and I'm slicing the chilies and so on. And then you see the same thing again from a different angle. That's the power of video. And I just think it makes it so visually interesting to look at. And then finally, I add the garnish. I take a few shots, of course, the taste test, great, chef's kiss. And then these last few shots, I don't even know what these are called. I've just seen it a bunch of times. And that's the secret, is to watch YouTube videos and apply what you see and you like to the videos you make, but to do just that, to make videos. Oh, and another tip that's super powerful is to shoot in different ways, different frame rates. Shoot slow motion, shoot with your wide lens. If you're on an iPhone, shoot with the 0.5 lens, shoot with the zoom lens, shoot with different angles and different styles, slow motion, and this adds, again, visual interest and so on. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, it's great to have you here. If you're returning, it's always a pleasure. My name is Brian. It's all about video, YouTube, and breaking it down. And I wanted to make this video because fact is, I've been really experimenting with my camera and just wanting to shoot more photos, more videos. And I did it over this 10-day road trip. It was actually closer to 12 days. Where I drove 2,500 miles, and it's easy to grab your camera and film when you're doing something new and exciting. But what about the dull and mundane moments? And I gotta tell you, this was a blast to create, and I love how it came out. It's not perfect, but I learned a lot. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Next time we'll sit down and enjoy the guac and margaritas together. I'll see you on the next one. Cliché hand fade out. Check out this video on the screen now to learn more about YouTube and growing your channel.